Namaste. Thank you. For the benefit of the video, this is Natasha. She's been willing to be the student for today's exercise. So Natasha, because you're a tattooist, I know that you spend quite a lot of your time sort of bent over your clients, and as a result, I know you've mentioned that sometimes you get back, sort of sore, stiff back, shoulder and neck. So with that in mind, what I thought I'd design is some exercises for the 20 minutes for the assessment video that will hopefully soothe your muscles and the stiffness, but also work to strengthen those muscles as well. So I hope you like the idea. Okay. So how this is, I thought we'd do this, if you're okay with this, is we'll do a nice transition from your busy working week to a nice chilled weekend. So we'll calm things down with a meditation and then doing 3-part breathing, which is called Durga Pranayama. So we'll do that, and then we will go and do some warm-ups for the muscles that we're going to use of your back and your spine, and it helps just loosen up your joints a little bit. And we'll culminate with the bridge pose, which will be quite an intense pose, and then afterwards is a lovely relaxation in Shavasana, which is the corpse pose, and we will then do perhaps incorporate some body scanning to see if there's any areas of your body that you feel are a bit more stiff or in need of some healing attention. How does that sound? Good. Sound okay? Good. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll get started. So your seating position is quite important. It's important that you can relax and be comfortable. So what I generally do is I get something to put underneath my backside, like a blanket, and I just seat it underneath my backside whilst I'm in a cross-legged position, and I sit at the front of it generally, and then I get my left leg, and if I've got leggings or something on, I pull the creases out from behind the knee, just because otherwise that can pinch and then cut off the blood supply to the lower leg, and we put the heel right in towards where your vagina bit is. That's it, and then we do the same with the other leg, but we put it in front of the other heel. There you go, left heel, so that the heels are in line with your pubic area there. Okay, so and then just adjust yourself so you're comfortable, and so that your spine is nice and straight and upright, but not overly so. And your shoulders, to open up your chest a little bit so we can do some breathing. Your shoulders back and down away from your ears. And if you feel that you might end up slumping, as we all do in the Western world, if you move the rolled up mat behind you, just so you're sitting at the forehead edge of it, it'll just make you lean a tiny weeny bit forward, and that just stops you from slumping. How does that feel? Is that okay? Yeah, good. Okay, it doesn't matter what you do with your hands at this stage. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes gently, and then take about 3 breaths in, and just try and relax, but also feel the breath sensation going in your nose, down the back of your throat, into your lungs, and then back up again. Okay. Now what I'll ask you to do is just put your hand on your tummy, just below your tummy button area, on or below it. And when you take a breath in through your nose, what I want you to do is push your belly, let your belly naturally come out, a bit like a baby when they breathe, and just go as far as the belly coming right out, and then you exhale, let your belly go in again, and maybe just pull in the last little breath, pull it in just to exhale a little bit further so we get rid of all the stale breath from your lungs. That's it. That's it. Brilliant. Do that about another 2 times, and just feel that the sensation of the lower part, very, very low part of your chest. Belly pushing out, that's it, lovely. And then in again. Okay. And the next stage is, whilst you carry on breathing whilst I'm talking, the next stage is to work your way up into your chest area. We want to just feel, when we're filling up our belly, to let our breath fill up our chest area. Not right the way to the top, but just enough so that we can feel the beginning of our ribs expanding out. And then when we exhale, we're going from top of the chest back down towards the belly, and letting the belly exhale, and then do the same again, filling from the bottom, from the belly, filling up towards the chest, lovely, and then back down again. That's it, fantastic, lovely. That should start to feel a little bit relaxing, unwinding, hopefully. That's good. And the last part of this is to fill up the top part of your chest, which is almost underneath your collarbones. So when you breathe in, belly, then chest, and then allow yourself to breathe and use all your chest and lung capacity up to the top, but don't overinflate your lungs, don't make it painful, just enough to feel up underneath your collarbones and also the ribs to spread out in at the back near your shoulder blades. And then when you exhale, work your way down from the top, so underneath your collarbones, chest, belly, and then fill up belly, chest, collarbones. Excellent. Lovely. Okay, when you're ready, just open your eyes and we will. How did that feel?
Good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
relaxed?
Yeah.
Getting that good. Okay. The next pose we're going to do is going onto our hands and knees into the tabletop position, and we're going to do cat and cow.
Okay.
So if you put your hands and knees onto the mat, and your hands are to be shoulder width apart. That's it, and don't snap your arms into position. Let them nice and loose so you could bend them if necessary. That's it. You don't want them really tight. And your knees underneath your hips, underneath your hip bones. That's perfect. That's it. And then your toes flat at the moment on the floor, tops of your feet flat on the floor. That's it, lovely. And just keep your head nice and neutral position. So that's it, exactly as you got it there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So the cat position is like a scaredy cat, where the back comes right up and arched. So what we'll do is we'll take a deep breath in now, and then as we exhale, we'll pull our back up, the middle of our back up towards the ceiling. Okay. So inhale. And then we're going to breathe out, and when we breathe out, we lift our back right up towards the ceiling. That's it. So gently at first. If it's a bit stiff, that's fine. And then exhale and bring your head up to. That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then that will be cow, that way round. Okay. And then exhale. Don't try not to lock your arms if you can. That's really difficult. So many things to remember. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So. Cow, that's it. Your seat bones, if you imagine your seat bones in your buttocks,
Yeah.
almost pointing up towards the ceiling if you can, so your arch in your back is that much. Perfect. Your shoulders, try and pull your shoulders apart and keep them away from your ears. So many things to remember.
So many things.
Yeah. And keep your legs and your feet just parallel with your knees. That's it. So it's a nice straight line there. That's it. Perfect. Okay, so that's the cow.
Okay.
So we're breathing in when we do cow. And with your head, don't force your chin to your chest or anything. Just let it drop gently on its own, naturally. In through the nose and up. So don't strain the head to go too far. Just where it's comfortable. There shouldn't be any pain. Discomfort's okay, but pain's not. That's it. And you can splay your fingers out as well to give you more stable base for your hands. Try not to lock your arms. That's it. Good. And another 2 breaths like that. And that's just warming up all your shoulders and all the way down your spine. Okay, that's good. And every time you do it, you'll be able to go a little bit further. Fantastic. Yay. Okay, just leave it there. Now, we're going to try the bridge. So what we're going to do is lay flat on our backs on our mats.
Okay.
You put your head at the top end here. Perfect. Okie dokie. Right. So if you lay flat out on your mat, with your legs out straight for the moment. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is to pull your heels in. Keep your head down flat on the mat, as close to your seat bones as possible. That's it. Lovely. And keep your toes and your feet pointing parallel down towards the bottom.
Now, throughout this exercise, you've got to try and visualise, if you can, a tennis ball in between your knees.
Okay.
So don't let your legs splay open as you're putting pressure on yourself later on the muscles later on, as we're doing the asana, the pose. Okay. And your ears far away from your shoulders, so stretching your spine out nice and long. And your hands down on the mat beside your hips. And take a deep breath in and another breath out. And we take one breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to tilt the pelvis. So the very bottom of our pelvis, the pubis, points up towards the ceiling. So we're almost like gripping our bottom muscles.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
really strongly, just slightly, just to tilt the pelvis up. That's it. Okay. And so when we're doing the actual asana, putting the effort into tilting the pelvis, that's when we should be breathing out.
Okay.
So we breathe in to prepare, and as we breathe out, we're just going to tilt the pelvis back, and we're going to lift off a couple of vertebrae at the same time. And then when we relax, we're going to fold down the vertebrae really slowly, and let our pelvis land flat back on the mat again. So we breathe in, and then as we breathe out, we're going to tilt the pelvis, perfect, and then lift a couple of vertebrae up first of all, and you can push down with your hands as well if that makes the movement easier, and then relax. That's good. And then breathe in, and then once you're breathing out, lift. That's it. And a few more vertebrae. That's it. And then lay that down. Perfect. Nice deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, lift up the pelvis a bit higher this time, and each time we're going to go a few vertebrae more in the stack to lift you up. And then breathe out. Yep, that's it. Pelvis up. That's brilliant. A bit more next time. And we're working our way all the way up our spine. Right. Breathe out. Good. Okay, and now we're getting towards the top part of the spine. So keep breathing. Breathe in, and then when you breathe out, lift up more towards your shoulder blades. That's good. And then down. And now what you'll find is when you're doing the bridge, as you get towards the top part, you will probably, we're going to try and see if we can almost get the top of our shoulders onto the mat. Now if it hurts, don't do it, but just see how far you get. And as you lift up, you can jiggle your shoulders a bit to squeeze your, as I said, that the top of your shoulders are on the mat, and at the same time you can see if you can grip your hands, grip them together so your hands are like that, join the fingers are interlaced, and lay it flat on the mat, and you can actually push, and you can jiggle your shoulders so that you're in that position. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
If there's any pain or anything, any weird sensation in your lower back, tilt the pelvis up, just like you have been, and keep it tilted like that. And the idea is that in a minute, when we go finally to do all the spine up and the shoulders, is to push down with the feet so that your thighs are trying to get level and parallel to the floor.
Okay.
But if that's too much of a push, just go as far as you can, but not to the extent that you're in pain.
Okay.
Okay, so carry on with your breathing as you were. So breathe in, and then as you breathe out. Perfect. Yep. Yay. Breathe in, and then breathe out, lift. Good. And you're getting closer each time. Well done. Next one. See how you do. Move your hands together. Interlace, push down with your hands. That's it. Good. And then let's hold it for a few breaths, but only as long as it's comfortable for you. So we'll do 2 more breaths. In, out. Keep pushing up with your pelvis, pointing it towards the ceiling. Push down with your feet and your hands and your arms. Keep your neck long. And then when you slowly relax, start at the top of the spine and roll each vertebra, let go of your hands, each vertebra into the mat slowly, slowly, slowly. And the last thing to unfurl is your pelvis back into your neutral relaxed position. Fantastic.
That's quite intense on your spine. That's good. Okay, good. Now the best thing is lay flat out on your mat. This is Shavasana, which is the corpse pose. Lovely position to relax in. Now, what I want you to do is you can try and stretch up behind you and take that out your way. Stretch your hands up, stretch your feet away, give your spine a nice stretch. That's it. And then put your arms down somewhere beside your hips and just let them roll out and really relax. Your legs and your feet the same, just let them roll and relax. And your neck and shoulder, your neck stretched to be elongated so your ears are away from your shoulders, and then relax. Now, do you have any pain in your lower back at all when you lay in that position? Does it feel a bit strained? If so, only sometimes, okay. If so, you can either lift your feet up a little bit so that they're flat on the floor, so that you're pushing your lower back into the floor, or we can put a cushion underneath your thighs if you'd like. There you go, and just put your feet down there flat. How does that feel?
That's how I sleep in bed at night.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that's comfy?
Yeah.
Okay, alright then. So if you shut your eyes, okay, and just take some nice breaths in. And you can sigh out the out breath. This is where your whole week, your stressful week comes out. Okay, excellent. And now I'm going to do a body scan. I'm going to concentrate on parts of your body and travel throughout your body from the head down to the toes and back up again. And if there's any areas that I've mentioned that happen to be tight, stiff, sore, or anything like that, then what I would like you to try is to, when you're breathing in, visualise you breathing in some silver or gold light that travels through your nose, down your throat, into your lungs, and then spreads out through your body. And then if there's an area that's particularly tight or sore, to imagine the healing energy that you're breathing in going to that area and exploding a bit like a firework. So you can visualise that. Okay, so nice breath in. Visualise that silver and gold light going in through your nose. And I'll start at the top of your head and we'll travel over the back of your scalp, down towards the back of your neck. Give your attention to that area, and it helps you really get in touch with how your body's feeling. And I want your attention to travel over the back of your shoulder blades, shoulders, top of your shoulders, to either side, at the top of your arms. And then ask yourself, how does that feel as we're going down? So we're travelling down now, the top of your shoulders, down the tops of your arms, towards your elbows, tops of your forearms, down to your thumb, the top of your thumb, and then back up again. Down your index finger to the tip, and back up again. Middle finger, and back up again. Ring finger, both hands, and then the little finger, down to the tip, and back up again. And then attention's travelling to the underside of your hand, to your palm, travelling back up your wrist, your forearm, your underarm, your triceps, which is your bingo wings part, your underarm, and then we're going to travel down your chest. So we're going to start at the top of your throat area. We're travelling down the collarbones, down your breastbone, across your chest, down your ribs, to your abdomen, your tummy button, your pelvis, across to your hips, and then down the front of your thighs, the quad area, huge muscle. Kneecaps, your shins, going all the way down your shins to the tops of your feet, and then down each toe one at a time. So your big toe, the next toe, your middle toe, the next toe, and finally the little toe. And then under to the sole of your foot, the ball of your feet, the arch of your feet, the heel, and then coming up your Achilles tendon, the calf muscle, the backs of your knees, and your hamstrings, which are the underside of your thighs. Then to your buttocks, which is the biggest muscle group, has a lot to deal with. Then to your lower back. And this is the area, as a tattooist, you might want to take a lot of time to give your attention to and imagine that healing light going to that area. So the lower back, working our way slowly up your spine, and middle back, the upper back, your shoulder blades, and the muscles just above the shoulder blades there, the back of the neck, and then coming across to your lower jaw. Your lower jaw, your jaw should be relaxed, not tense, no tension. Your tongue should be nice and relaxed in your mouth. Your lips just slightly parted so they're relaxed. And then coming up to the nose, the cheeks, the eyes, all nice and relaxed, not tight or clenched. The eyebrows and your forehead, which holds a lot of tension generally for most people. So if you imagine pulling your eyebrows, or if you actually pull your eyebrows up towards the top of your head for a moment and then let them go, that helps relax your forehead. And then our tension moves back up to the top of our head where we started from, at the front there. So just take a few breaths, just a nice deep breath in and breath out. Healing energy coming in through your nose, down your throat into your lungs, and being spread out through your entire body, helping you relax after your busy week. And then, when you feel ready, roll over onto one side and bring your knees up into the fetal position. Keep your eyes closed. Keep yourself nice and comfortable. Have a couple of breaths in the fetal position. And when you feel ready, very slowly, raise up your upper body onto your elbows. If you can, keep your eyes closed. And then up onto your hands. Push yourself up onto your hands. And then into your seated position. You can keep your eyes closed for now. Keep breathing, nice gentle breaths. Healing breaths. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Well done!
That's good.
How did that feel?
That's really good.
Was it nice? Are you
Very
relaxed?
relaxing.
Was
Yeah,
it?
it was nice.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.